having managed to secure promotion as champions from League 2. This season we will be in League 1, and we start our season today with a match in Salford, Manchester, and then we face Derby County, also League 1 opponents, in the Carabao Cup first round. Hello, and it's a very warm welcome to episode 82 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, as mentioned in the preamble, our opening two games of the new season. First of all, in League 1 against Salford City, and then we face Derby County at home at the Bob Lucas, the first game of the new season at home in the Carabao Cup first round. And we'll be hoping that we can get off to a reasonable start. As mentioned, if you didn't see the transfer special, I will recap on our incomings. Nobody has come in since the last episode. You will see the new kits above. And as I think I mentioned in the last episode, if you've not seen the video of how to add or change, first of all, change the kits season by season in your save, there is a video out there that shows you how to do it. And also, if you've only got two kits in your save, how to put a third kit in. I will put the links in below so you can see which or how to do those things. If you've seen the shirt that we're wearing today, Manchester City special edition Oasis shirt, it's not out until the 12th of September, but we have it. If you want to see the video where I explain about this coming out, and then, well, not just about this shirt, but some other shirts that we've bought as well, look out for the video. It will be coming out. I'm not sure it's this week. It will be coming out next week, I think, probably after the shirt is released there or thereabouts. But yeah, look out for it. The video will be coming out very, very soon as we buy some more shirts. There will be a little bit of break then because I'm away on holiday and things like that. But that's another story altogether. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series so far, what you think of our other content, and what you'd like to see me do more of in the future. You can follow everything that's going on this channel. As we approach FM25, you can follow this series and the other series, and you can also follow when other videos come out, tutorials, and also the shirt videos, and also hopefully in the not too distant future some tactics videos as well. Right, we've played no games since you were last with us, of course, because we are on pre-season, but just to recap, this is how our pre-season went. 4-2 win against Dorchester, 4-0 against Hamworthy Rec, 5-0 against Hamworthy, a 1-0 win over Bristol Rovers, who were relegated from the First Division down into League 2 at the end of last season. So they were opponents that we will, similar sort of ilk that we will be coming up against, I guess, in this coming season. Just to recap on the incoming transfer-wise, we have had these four in. Travis Patterson, you'll be familiar to those of you who've watched the series so far, in the fact that he had been on loan with us from Bournemouth for a couple of seasons. We've now got him on a permanent basis. He's with us until 2030. Also, Terrell Agimang, he's come in. He's with us for, looks like just one season. I thought I signed him for longer than that, but there we go. One season, he's in with us. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Billy G, he's a central defender, can play in defensive midfield as well. He's in for a couple of seasons till 2030. And then finally, Carl Johnson, he's in until 2030 as well. And he is a right back, a complete wing back on the right. Going outs, Luigi Gasper, Mavris and Smith. They are all the outgoings. Right, we're going to get straight into it. Salford City, first up. The Peninsula Stadium is where we are. Dmitry Tresikov is out with a sports hernia. And we have Josiah Linton doubtful with a tight thigh. And also 6 players that we have in on trial as well. They can't play in this game. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Salford in our opening League One game ever. And this is the team that faces Salford in this Sky Bet League One match day 1. Hollingshead is back in goal. Armitage, Olsen and G are defensive line. Candlish and Johnson are debutant on the right, are complete wing backs today. Agyemang is on the left of the central 2. Petit is in on the right, and that's one area we still need to put some players in. We are light on defensive midfielders. As I said, I think I mentioned there was one player that we couldn't get in. And now we've got a little bit of a problem because Cam Cooper has matched our highest wage earner and has scuppered our wage budget, which means they won't allow me to bring anybody in. Anybody wants to come in 2,000-3,000, they won't allow it. So we've got a little bit of a problem. We need to offload him, possibly, before we can bring anybody else in, which is rather annoying, as we've got a little bit of a problem there in that midfield. Patterson is out on the left. He's not making his debut today because he's played for us before. Darcy is out on the right. Wakachu leads the attack after we couldn't bring in Worcester, who was with us on trial during pre-season. He was absolutely phenomenal. Would have been absolutely fantastic, I think, going into League One. But he was snapped from underneath our noses by Kilmarnock. On the bench today, Campbell, Ransom, Prescott, Holman, Nzingo, Whittingham and Luca Fletcher. Here we are at the Peninsula Stadium against Salford. Higgins is their manager. And they're playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. And we're playing our by now familiar formation. How will it do in League One? Will we have to change it? Time will tell. And, of course, league table, but nothing happening with that at the moment. Playing in our new kit. We have a highlight. Hollingshead with a goal kick to Armitage. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Petit forward. Patterson. Armitage. And that's cut out. And we've given the ball away. Hopefully this isn't going to bite us in the bottom. Petit is there to tidy up. And Wakachu is robbed of the ball. And we try and win that ball back, but to no avail. Out wide. Have come back inside. What? He's going to take a shot. He's got it in the corner. Bottom corner. And inside 4 minutes. We're a goal behind. It's going to be a tough season, boys and girls. And not the way we wanted to start. What in acres of space. And he lovingly curled that beyond Hollingshead. Salford with a corner. Cundall swings it in. It's come back off the woodwork, I think. So Patterson will pick it up. Patterson's all on his own, though. And the troops are coming now. Amangamang on that far side. 42 on the clock. Carson with the throw into Edwards. And through. And they're in acres of space. And Emerson just plants it in the back of the net. We're at 6s and 7s at the back. Deary me. It was all too easy. Emerson all on his own. Nobody there with him. These two are drifted in. G and I'm not sure who that is behind him. This is Olsen. That could be Armitage then, is it? Or is this Armitage? No, that's Armitage. I don't know. Petit. And beats Hollingshead. Question whether he was offside. I don't think he was. He was being played onside by Olsen in the middle here. He was keeping an eye on Eccles, but Emerson behind him. Free. They've had it again. Hall. Well, and he's pulled him down. And, oh dear. A straight red for Agyemang on his debut. And we're in all sorts of trouble. Um, 2 goals down and a red card. Gagamang on his debut, right on the stroke of half time, getting sent off. It was fairly innocuous, to be honest. He tripped him, but I don't know. They've had 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.88. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.48, 36% of the possession. Yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult in the second half, I think. Well, and due to that sending off just before half time, we have made one change. We've taken off Petit because that midfield's not very strong. So Billy G has moved into the midfield and we have replaced Petit with Ransom, who comes into the back 3. And that's how we're set up for this second half. It's going to be a torrid ride, if I may say so. And I'm not quite sure how we're going to get on. Darcy having an absolutely horrible game out there. And Travis Patterson also not doing particularly well either. And of course, they're not feeding Wakachoo up front. So we need to possibly see how that goes. But we won't make any changes too desperately just for the moment. We'll see if we can start to get it back, albeit we're down to 10 men in this second half. We have a corner, 64 minutes on the clock. First highlight of the second half. Canlish with the corner. Can we get one back? We can! And it's Harry Ransom with his first goal of the season. He's just come on a substitute at half-time. And he has pulled it back. And if we get a draw out of this would be rather splendid. Lovely ball in, and Ransom in front of the defender. Pops it away in the back of the net. They have a free kick. 73 on the clock. It's swung in low. It's headed clear, but not convincingly. Edmonton. And it's gone all the way back to Nyambi. Edmonton. Olsen. He's caused all sorts of problems. But it's tidied up. Darcy. Can we break from here? Seen a few breaks in pre-season. Hollingshead. And that was a poor ball from Hollingshead. He's not going to play the next game, I don't think. And they put it wide. Or was it saved? It was saved. Armitage blocked it. Hollingshead will be questionable whether he plays next game. That was atrocious from the goalkeeper. And it's still alive, but cleared away upfield. Terrible from Hollingshead. What he was doing, I do not know. Well blocked by Armitage. And with 78 minutes on the clock, making 3 more changes. We've taken off Carl Johnson. He's not had a very good debut at all. And we have brought on Jack Holman. And then we have replaced Ronan Darcy with Glory Nzingo and Travis Patterson, both playing out wide. Not doing anything. Totally ineffectual today. And Travis Patterson is replaced by Matt Whittingham. We have a corner. Oh no, they have a corner. Kundo, and they've scored a third and made it 3-1. Zach Emerson getting his second of the game. And, well, what can you say? Just when you thought it was going to finish 2-1, which would have been a nice start to the season in a way, it's all over. And we've lost our first game in League One. We've not been good at all in many, many places. Not the start I would have hoped for. The fact that we had a player sent off right on half-time wasn't the best either. Harry Ransom getting a consolation goal. They had 11 shots, 5 on target, 1.57, 64% of the possession. Bearing in mind we only had 10 men, we had 9 shots, 3 of which were on target, 0.89 and 36% of the possession. Oh well. We come back for the game against Derby in the Carabao Cup first round. We have the draw for the EFL Trophy Southern section. So let's go and have that. And so here we are for this draw. And if you remember, it's first seeds and second seeds. And we will have the draw underway. And Cambridge United are the first seeds, first out. Bristol Rovers, Exeter City, Cheltenham, Barnet, Wimbledon, Charlton, and Birmingham. And we go round again. Gillingham, Ipswich Town, Stevenage, Newport County. This is the southern draw, of course. Peterborough, Walsall, and Crawley Town. Forest Green, Oxford United, Leyton Orient, Swindon Town, Reading. We're not out yet. We are out now, playing Barnet and Peterborough in that group. Wickham, Shrewsbury, and Sutton United. Now come out the under-21s. And Arsenal will be playing Cambridge, Gillingham and Oxford. Wolves playing Bristol Rovers, Ipswich and Leyton Orient. Bournemouth playing Exeter City, Stevenage and Swindon. Tottenham playing Cheltenham, Newport, Reading in their group. We have Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Southampton still in the draw. Let's have a look. We've got Southampton. Chelsea will be Wimbledon, Walsall and Wickham. Crystal Palace playing Charlton, Crawley and Shrewsbury. And the final one, of course, Aston Villa playing Birmingham, Forest Green and Sutton United. That is the draw. Let's have a quick look at the how that all fits in. Do we get that yet? No, we don't get that yet. Let's click on then and just see what happens. And here we are. Here is the they've dropped in, and at the end of August we'll play Southampton under-21s in the opening game at home, and then we are away to Peterborough, away to Barnet. So we only get one home game, that against the under-21s. I think that happened last season. So away to Peterborough and away to Barnet in that competition. Right. Well, we are going then to have a look then at the side that will face Derby County in this Carabao Cup first round. And we've got 5 players out on trial. A Gangbang is suspended, which is supposed to. Rolly Hollingshead has pulled a groin. We said we would drop him anyway. And one other bit of news for you is Sonny Davis. We've released him because he was moaning about a new contract. What? And here is the team that faces Derby County in this Carabao Cup first round match. Campbell is in goal. We've promised him that he would be a cup goalkeeper, but Hollingshead had such a poor game in the last match. We decided that he would get a go anyway, but Hollingshead has also picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 3 days. What was that for? Doesn't say. So he's out anyway. Campbell is in his place. Campbell did play quite a bit of pre-season, and it may just be that Hollingshead is a little bit rusty, so to speak. Garante, Armitage and Olsen make up our defensive line. Candlish and Johnson back in on the right as the complete wing-backs. Petit and Guy are in that defensive midfield. We are light in that area and still looking for players to come in and fill a spot in that middle. And when we get a player sent off or injured potentially, we will struggle unless we pick up at least one more defensive midfielder. We do have a couple on the bench, but ideally we want to see at least one more in that position. Patterson starts out on the left, Darcy out on the right, and they are both behind Luca Fletcher, who gets a start up front. He is class. When you look at his stats, he is better than a lot of the people that we've been touting to bring in, possibly as a striker, to bulk that area up. And to be honest with you, there's no reason why he shouldn't be up front. So he is today. And then on the bench, we have Brad House, Alfie Prescott, Holman, Linton, Ransom, Whittingham, Lorenz Jones, and Nzingo and Wakachu. And here we are back at the Bob Lucas, playing our usual formation. And Derby come visiting. And it's Melberg is their manager. And they have 2 Bristol City players, Mametti and Bird, in their ranks. Three minutes on clock. Grimshaw with a goal kick. It's headed down to Fletcher. Darcy picks it up. Darcy comes forward. What's Darcy going to do? He's going to cross this in, looking for Patterson. Couldn't find him. And Derby come away with it, but not for long. Candlish G through to Fletcher. Fletcher puts it in the back of the net. It's a goal. His first goal. And Luca Fletcher is up and running on 4 minutes as we take the lead against Derby. Trying to put to right the loss that we had on the opening day of the season. And a nice through ball to Fletcher, who stayed on side, chipped the goalkeeper. 1-0. Darcy, 14:15 on the clock. Fletcher. Can he get this ball in? He's out wide. Johnson. Gee. Oh, off the post from Petit. A chance goes begging to make it 2-0. Fletcher out wide. Johnson. Gee. And that's unlucky. 22 on the clock now. Grimshaw with another goal kick to Mekoma. Metti, one of the danger men. Sibley. Oh, Latassa. And he's put it away. Top corner. His first goal of the season. And it's 1-1 after 23. We've not seen too much of them, but they've caught us. That was through. Campbell not getting anywhere near it. Tasser on it again. And that ball run through. Need to stop them in their tracks. This ball crossed in. Latassa puts it wide. Need to get a grip on Latassa. He looks dangerous up front there. Sibley out wide, crossing this ball in. And Latassa gets in front of Garante, but puts it wide. No more highlights in that first half. Fairly even first half. But 1-1 it is. They've had 6 shots, 1 on target. We've had 4 shots, 1 on target. Both target shots goals. They have slightly get in front now on the XG. They weren't, but they are now 0.87 against our 0.77. But we have had 62% of the possession against their 38. Just need to convert our chances. And with 64 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes, Carl Johnson, once again having a poor start. I'm hoping that he will pick up a bit of form sooner than later, but Jack Holman on to replace him. Kevin Candlish is off, and we've replaced him with Josiah Linton. And in Ronan Darcy is the third man off. I've replaced him with Matt Whittingham, with Patterson moving out to the right. And with nearly 75 minutes on the clock, we've made Patterson not doing very well out on the right either. He's come off, and Glory Nzingo replaces him. Out, and Nzingo not getting there. Makoma. And that ball flicked on by Olsen. Olsen goes out wide, but it's a poor ball. And Olsen gets us into trouble. Soteris, he's cut it back for Bird. Bird has a shot from distance, and it's gone over the top. And, well, nothing else happening. It's gone to penalties. So penalties it is, and I have bad news for everybody, because we don't have any decent penalty takers. How did that happen? 5-5. Oh, dear. We are in trouble, aren't we? Right. So, Luca Fletcher first. Then Will Armitage. Then we can bring on Whittingham. Casey Petit. And Jack Holman. And then if we're going down lower than that, Nzingo and Garante. That wasn't very well thought out. Right, okay. So that's where we are, because Darcy, with Darcy off, he's our best penalty taker. We're at the lap of the Lords here, and I don't think we're going much further than the first round once again. So here we are underway. Fletcher has picked up an injury. I don't know when he picked that up. I didn't notice it. Fletcher takes the first penalty. He's put it away. 1-0 after 1. Campbell steps up in goal. Campbell needs to make a hero of himself. He's got Simmer to face, and Simmer's put it over the top. And we go 1 up after 1. Armitage comes up to take the second penalty against Grimshaw. Sends Grimshaw the wrong way. 2 penalties clear at the moment. Alexander faces Campbell. And he sent Campbell the wrong way. 2-1 after 2. Whittingham is up next. Matt Whittingham. Goalkeeper the wrong way. It's 3 penalties on the trot. Snedden for Derby faces Campbell. And Campbell, I thought, was going to save that for a minute. But it's 3-2 after 3 to the 4th penalty then. Petit is up next. Sends Grimshaw the wrong way. This next one, Derby have to score to stay in the competition. Campbell faces Manquillo. And again, Campbell just, I don't know, 4-3 after 4, which means that Holman steps up. If he can put it away, we have won the penalty shootout. 5-3. They can't come back from that. And he has put it away, and we are through. And, well, there you go. 6 shots, 2 on target in the game. 0.84, 62% of the possession. I think that's probably the only thing that kept us in the game, really, was the fact that we were very good on the possession. Excuse me. They have 15 shots, 4 of which ended up on target, 1.48 on the XG, but only 38% of the possession, and we've beaten them 5-3 on penalties. Billy G picking up player of the match for an 8.1. 2 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance created, and an assist. So he did very well. Luca Fletcher not doing too bad, but he has got a potential knee injury, which could put him out for a while. That is how it is. I guess we'll have a draw coming up, but I suspect we'll do that just at the start of the next episode. But we'll find out in a minute or two. Well, the first bit of news is that Luca Fletcher twisted his knee. He's out for 6 to 8 days. So he'll be missing a couple of games, I think. 3 days down to game against Mansfield. In other news, Wigan have beaten Luton Town of the Championship to go through to the second round of the Carabao Cup. Halifax Town also through to the second round as they knocked out Championship side Huddersfield Town. Halifax, are they in League 2? They are in League 2. Played them last season, of course. Came up with us out of the National League. Yeah, that's all looking fine and dandy for a second round draw, which we'll have at the start of the next episode to find out who we're playing. But in the next episode, it's going to be Leyton Orient, who are currently 24th in the table, and Shrewsbury, who are 14th. Shrewsbury, who came up out of League 2 with us, played them last season, beat them once, lost to them once in our 2 games against them. Leyton Orient, I don't think we've played in this series. We haven't. So there are 2 games next time round. Leyton Orient away, Shrewsbury at home. Then we'll come straight back for Carabao Cup second round tie and a game against Wigan Athletic. And then we'll decide from there whether we're going to pick up the EFL trophy or whether we're going to drop down here a little bit. We will see. And I guess it will also depend on how we progress in the second round of the Carabao Cup. So we'll come back for that. Please join me for the next episode. It will be episode number 83. And, lots going on for you to enjoy in the next episode. And I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. In fact, if you have, leave me a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top and our other series Going Dutch as they are released. New episodes, bottom to the top, released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 83. It's out on Friday. Until then, have yourselves a great week. Bye-bye.